What up, 12th man? I am out and about at this moment, actually on I-5 North, heading to downtown Seattle. It's actually not a bad day out. A few raindrops out there, but there's sun peeking through. Maybe it'll break through and turn out to be not too bad of a day after all. I got a little bit of that numb out-of-body experience feeling going on right now because I pretty much did an all-nighter last night working on this project, this NorbCam project, which is partially why I'm heading up to downtown Seattle. Hoping to see one more step closer to seeing if this thing happens or not. But I have spent pretty much all night last night trying to get it done, and it's looking pretty good. But yeah, I'm tired. I'm just hoping I won't fall asleep driving. So yeah, hopefully you won't be witnessing something horrific in this video. Otherwise, this will be worth something. But otherwise, just talking to you might actually help keep me awake. Not much to report free agency-wise. It's been kind of quiet. But there have been some things, more kind of just waiting on people, and in Golden Tate's case, seeing him react to people. Jared Allen of the Vikings, formerly of the Vikings, is, you know, as you know, he did make a visit to Seattle. He also visited the Dallas Cowboys, and he is still trying to make a decision on what he wants to do, whether he wants to join the boys or join us, or retire. Sounds like any of those three options could happen depending on what he's really leaning towards. So we'll see how that goes. And then, curious what you guys thought of the whole Golden Tate thing. Apparently he had a pretty spicy little interview with ESPN in the afternoon, Bob and Graz, and he vented quite a bit of his feelings and frustrations with what happened with his deal, from calling his offer from the Seahawks laughable, talking about that he would make twice as much, or make in 1 year what Seattle would have paid him in 2, to being very frustrated with not just the Seahawks for not rewarding him for everything that he did for the team, and saying that, you know, he did everything that was asked of him on the field, off the field, and he felt like he wasn't rewarded for that. And he was also upset at the 12th man. A lot of the people who obviously were fans of him when he was on the team, you know, sending Tate some hate. Tate hate for following the money. And I've said all along that I saw this move coming, just because when Percy Harvin showed up in the scene at the beginning of the year, there was already a question about, well, who's going to have to move over for that, but we just never had to deal with it because Harvin was out all year. Well, now we're back to that same question, and it became pretty clear what was going to happen, which is the Seahawks don't really need Tate because they have so many of these guys who sort of fit that same mold. So I'm not one of the guys who got real angry, like, how dare he leave the team, that greedy, disloyal bastard. You know, that's, never saw it that way. And you know, that's why I was never surprised at the move. But a lot of you guys were out there very upset. Some of you were upset at the Seahawks for not ponying up the money. Some were mad at Tate, saying that he was just being greedy, didn't care about what team, and then ate his words about giving a hometown discount when obviously hometown discount's different from getting paid double at another place. Look at here, coming up on Safeco Field and CenturyLink right over there. Want to see? Don't drive while filming. Only not a good idea. There you go. Beautiful. Beautiful skyline. Alright. It's back on. Anyway, just curious to see what you guys thought. Which side of the coin do you guys feel? And do you think Tate should have been saying anything at all? A lot of these guys don't vent about their deals. They just kind of do their business and move along. But Tate took the time to actually, you know, express his feelings. Do you guys like that? Do you guys like the, you know, when the players put down their guard and actually say what they really feel? Like Sherman after the NFC Championship game, he got lambasted for being completely in the moment honest, but yet we always complain that everybody's too cliche and doesn't say anything. Curious what your read is, because obviously nothing's going to change. He's going to be on the Detroit Lions, and so, you know, and when he comes to town one of these days, when we play Detroit at home, are you the type, if you're at the game, are you going to boo when they call Golden Tate's name, or when he makes a play, are you guys going to be booing him, or does he deserve a warm welcome when he comes back to CenturyLink? What do you guys think about all that? Sun's coming out, beautiful. You know, on the other hand, you know, we have the example, of course, of Zach Miller, who re-signed and restructured his contract, kind of took a pay cut to do so. And of course, when you see that on one side, you think on the other hand, it makes the other guys who left for more money seem greedy, because you just naturally think, oh wow, Zach Miller just wanted to be here so badly, he just took less money. And that's kind of just how, you know, it seems to be on the surface, but we don't really know. You know, it's all kind of supply and demand. Who knows what was weighing into that factor. But I'll tell you what, though, with Tate, he should really be thanking Percy for being injured all last year, because when you think about it, imagine if Percy had been healthy all season long last year. You can imagine, I bet that Tate would have had half the stats that he did, because Harvin would have gotten most of the action that Tate would have had. And if that had happened, then they let him go at the end of this year, you think he would have gotten that money from Detroit? Don't think so. So he should consider himself fortunate that Harvin missed out on most of the season and gave Tate a chance to show his stuff on his last year, on his contract year. Anyway, it's all how things work out. So be interesting to see, looking ahead to next year, what are these things that are going to play out? These guys, we hope, questions to be answered. Will Harvin remain healthy? Who's going to be playing guard next year? Who's going to be our right tackle next year? Is it going to be somebody we already have and just moving them up? Or are we going to get somebody we haven't even thought about, whose name hasn't even run across our minds yet? Too puzzling to know, and I would never even try to pretend like I'd know how to predict that, because as we've always seen, these guys have a way of just completely shocking everybody and doing something that nobody saw coming. So it's not even worth trying to second guess it. But it's fun to at least look at the guys we do know and see where they might end up. Yeah, I'm like really zoning. But I'm hanging in there. Just got that glazed over ice feeling. Not to mention my allergies have been really bugging me. I got, you know, hay fever. March is brutal. The sneezing, the itchy eyes, and itchy eyes, all it makes you feel is even that much more sleepy. You just want to close your eyes. But hanging in there. I'm hanging in there. Let's see, while I'm just rolling here. I had a couple of interesting questions or comments that were posted. One person asked, who's my favorite Seahawk? And first time I was asked that. But it's a tough one. It's hard to answer just one. So I'm going to cheat and not just say one. What I answered in the comment, but I'll say it here. I would have to say, and this is an easy one and everybody would pick it, but maybe for different reasons. Russell Wilson, on offense, Russell Wilson and Doug Baldwin right behind him. Russell Wilson just because, to me, the guy is, I admire him more for what he is like off the field than what he does on the field. Work ethic, his leadership, his character. You know, he's just, seems like a really good human being. And as I've said before, I've never owned a player jersey, and I wasn't going to, but as I started to see Russell develop, instead of getting a 12, I decided to you know, get the 3 because I was just so taken by Russell Wilson and everything he embodies. So that was, you know, very easy answer to that question. But Doug Baldwin, because similarly he's a very humble guy, yet has this fiery passion, plays with a massive boulder on his shoulder. So he's hungry, but he's disciplined. He has a hard work ethic too. And on top of that, he's also half or part Filipino. So we share a bloodline in common, which is pretty cool. So yeah, so I hope he doesn't go anywhere. I'd really be bummed if he went away. But he's always been solid and so dependable. So yeah, Doug Baldwin. And on defense, there's a couple guys that would be a toss-up, but I would have to say Chancellor. Even though Earl Thomas is the leader of that group, and I think everything kind of revolves around him, and he'd probably be the most important one to keep signed if you had to, but I just like Chancellor. I like the way that that guy hits. He brings old school physicality to an age where you really can't hit people very well like they used to, and yet here he is scaring teams, beating the crud out of them to where, like Denver, beating them into submission because of how physical he is, yet has learned to adapt with the game and not get penalties as a result. And so he's a smart player, yet he knows how to still hit. And I just love what he brings as a presence. It's refreshing. Haven't seen that in such a long time, so it's cool to have a guy like that. And I can't remember having a safety like that since the Kenny Easley days. So I love that. You know, it's fun to be the bully on the block, yet the legal bully. It's really cool. I am close to Fisher Plaza here, and as you may have heard on the news yesterday, there was a chopper crash out here. I don't see it yet. I think I'm just a little bit away from it. I just saw photographs, but I didn't actually, you know, watch a video or anything like that. But yeah, the Fisher's right to my right here, and yeah, I'm a little bit out of view of where the crash scene was, but brutal, very sad. What else? I can't really think of anything. Like I said, my brain is kind of in slosh mode. So I'm close to my destination anyway, so I will probably call this good. It is now officially a beautiful sunny day. Clouds are just slowly dissipating. Sun's breaking through. I can see the water, the mountains. It's a beautiful, gorgeous day in the Pacific Northwest. Now I just have to just stay alive, driving home. I'm sleepy. Alright, y'all. Catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the Norb channel. Alright. Later days, 12s. Enjoy your week, and I will talk to you soon. Go Hawks!
Now throw it, Russell Wilson. A punt return by Golden. Amazing catch by Baldwin. Another pick by Sherman.